Welcome back, everyone. So this is part two of the Technomancer. Technomancer. It's an interesting game. It's published by Focus and developed by Spider. It was released in June 28, 2016, and then before that, in 2013, there was another game called Mars Wars Logs or something like that. Mars Wars Logs, and it's actually this is based on Mars Wars Logs, I believe. I think that's what's called. Let me see. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's called the Mars War Logs, not Wars. It's I misspelled it. It's War Logs. Mars War Logs. So it's basically uh, based off of the Mars War Logs, and this is something I might have to play. See, I didn't know, but now that I'm playing this game, the Technomancers, I'm learning more about this universe of this game, and now I find out that Mars Warlogs, it's actually a prequel to this. This is basically a sequel. So a pretty interesting game. Like I said, it does have that cyberpunk Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and a little bit of Deus Ex feel to it, you know. So if you're familiar with like Deus Ex, Knights of the Old Republics, and Cyberpunk, I think you will kind of get into this one as well. It's set on Mars. It's a colonized Mars, and just like with any colonizations, there's going to be politics, resistance, wars, conflicts. You know, that's just a part of human nature. It's just the way we are, the way our DNA has been built. You know, because we just have a difficult time living together. You know, we have to have conflicts. It's just in our DNA, man. It's in our nature. It's just, you know, it's a curse. It's a human curse, really. It's just like there's always going to be wars. There's always going to be violence. People who think that they're going to live in some sort of a mecca, just stop. Just erase that from your head. This belief that you're going to live in some peaceful mecca. You're not. There's always going to be wars. There's always going to be conflicts. It's never going to end. As long as there's a humans on this planet or in this universe, there's going to be wars, there's going to be conflicts. It's been since the dawn of humankind. If you look at our history, it's always been wars. It's never been like without a conflict. So same thing here. In the future on Mars, we're having conflicts, we're having problems. There's a resistance here. I'm part of this what you call it, colony, Mars Authority, that's running this colony here, and there's a resistance, and resistance doesn't like what the colony, the authorities of the colony are doing here. Kind of like Total Recall, if you will. So my job is I have special powers. Think of me like Blade Runner, for example, right? What you call them? The robots. I forgot the name. Like replicants, like replicants. So I think of me like a replicant, and I'm just, you know, just doing my job. But as I'm doing my job, and you know, trying to uphold the law of this colony, I'm learning more about the resistance. I'm learning more about what's going on this colony. So then you have to make the right decisions. Like, do you follow the rules of the colony that are established, or do you actually try to help the resistance? So it has a pretty good story. It's a very intriguing story, but you know, uh, that's how you find out. You play these video games. Remember, I always say, uh, you have to give these games a try. You have a PlayStation Plus, you have a Game Pass. Why not use PlayStation Plus and Game Pass and enjoy these games? You know, one of the benefits and perks of having PlayStation Plus and Game Pass is there are all of these games that you never played. And now you have a chance to play them, so why not play them? That's what I'm doing. I want to finish this. I want to play this. I want to play the Mars War Logs to find out how did this colony start here, etc., etc. I want to learn more about the story. And there's many other games to play, you know. Also, I do want to play Dark Void. It's a classic. It's an old classic, Dark Void. I think they have it on PlayStation 3, PlayStation Plus. I want to play Dark Void. And of course, in the future, whenever I get a chance to get a Game Pass, I want to play Atomfall to give you my opinion about the Atomfall. I want to play South to Midnight to give you my opinion on it as well. You already know how I feel about Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's a game of the year for me personally. So I already have 64 hours into Assassin's Creed Shadows. So you know exactly how I feel about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Alright, so without any further ado, if you missed the part 1, go watch the part 1 of the live stream that I did earlier. Actually, last night. I did it last night, 1:30 in the morning. Holy shit, yeah. Yeah, 1:30 in the morning. And then, you know, I finished around, what was it, 8:30 in the morning, and I went to bed and woke up, and here I am now. I, you know, ate my lunch. Okay, it's my lunch. I ate some oatmeal, nothing too fancy. So now here I am. I want to continue this part 2, and but if you want to know more about the story, I advise you to go and watch the part 1, so that way you have a better understanding of what's going on. And then after you finish watching the part 1, then you can come back and check out the part 2, which is what I'm doing right now. All right, so now that you know everything, that everything's explained, without any further ado, let's go. This is a PlayStation 4 version. They only have it for streaming. They don't have it for download. So they only have a streaming ability. So you have no choice other than just streaming this game. But the stream is good. I haven't had any issues. It's running good. Master Connor. Oh yeah, of course. Technomancer. He's the one who trained me. He's like my master. He's the one who showed me all the ins and outs of how to be a good Technomancer. He's like my Jedi, if you will. Like, you know, think of him like a Jedi master, or in this case, a Technomaster Jedi who showed me. And I, of course, have a lot of respect for him. So,
Zach, good to see you. How does army life suit you?
Pretty good, thanks. How are you? When's your next deployment?
I do not know, but what I do know is this. They're going to be sending me to the front lines alongside all the others. That I'm certain. I want to make sure that none of us become close. No matter. You're not here to listen to my belly aches.
I have so many questions I want to ask him. I want to ask him about all these characters. I want to ask him about my captain as well. See what he thinks. What can you tell me about my captain, Eliza Major? Because I'm kind of curious about her and what her stance is and all that. On the whole politics of things, and, you know, and the resistance and all that.
Do you know my captain?
I've had the opportunity to run into her a couple of times. She is a respectable woman, I think. She's known to be fair with men. Of course, the fact that she is not a Technomancer means that she'll never understand the stress and priorities we must face. Only our own can really understand what we're living. But you'll have to deal with it. You could have come at a worse time. To a certain extent, I think that she won't hesitate to defend you against those who won't miss an opportunity to get in your way. If you don't disappoint her, of course. Be straightforward with her, and tell her what you want her to know. I think that with that woman, that is the best way to do it.
So be honest with her. Okay, I'll be honest. Transparency with her. Okay. What can you tell me about Victor?
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Do you know how dangerous this question could be? That man oversees the ASC. He has ears everywhere, and he has terrorized the population since he took it over. I'm convinced that he is aware that we are hiding something from him, and he hates it. Everything he doesn't know, he believes, deserves his interest, and he's right in that regard. He will try everything in his power to find out our secret. He will not hesitate to use every plot and scheme in his book. If we were to have only one enemy, it would be that man.
You're very bitter when it comes to our corporation.
Why shouldn't I be? People here are naive, content, and perfectly happy. Maybe I am a little more outspoken than others. What can I say? You were lucky that you can leave your place of birth. How many have had such luck? And now that you are a Mancer, you will have the joy of discovering the breeding we have to give in to. A few years from now, we will find a Technomancer spouse whom you will be expected to have little Technomancers with. And then it will be their turn to be united against their own will, and so on. You wonder why Technomancers are degenerates? We are all inbreds. I'm mentioning the fact that we are also used as war weapons. The fact that we have no hope of getting out of the golden prison in which we have been locked up. Anyway, don't let me break your spirit. You are different. Maybe you will manage to escape all of this. If so, I'm with you wholeheartedly.
Technomancers. I see. Yeah, we have certain abilities, but we're being used, you know, and yet everybody spits in our faces, and all we're trying to do is just help, you know. It's almost like a curse to be a Technomancer. You don't fit in. You're just being used. It kind of reminds me of the Blade Runner, honestly. Like, you look at what Ridley Scott has created with the Blade Runner, and you look at Replicants, and I think everybody by now knows that. Okay, spoilers warning. I think Harrison Ford even himself said, "I'm a replicant." I think everyone should know. And if you haven't seen the Blade Runner, I mean, come on, he was a replicant. Clearly he was a replicant, and that's why they were using him and calling him the Blade Runner, because who better to track down the replicants than the replicant himself? So who do you hire? You hire the replicant. Who you will hire to track down other technomancers? Well, you're gonna hire a technomancer. So it's kind of the same thing. This is a very underrated game. I would give this game 8 out of 10, like, easily. There's a lot of underrated games, dude. There's so many games out there, and there's so many underrated games. Just like with the movies, there's so many movies out there, and there's so many underrated movies. And that's because everyone is focused on the big AAA titles, the big super expensive titles, AAA titles, which it's all fine and dandy, We all want to experience a big AAA titles with a great, expensive, blockbuster gameplay experience. But it's not all about that. I think small games like these should be given should be worth a look, And I guarantee you, if I didn't play this game, not many of you would be aware of this game right now. Not many would even know that this thing exists. You see, that's like an algorithm, The algorithm only shows you all the crap that shows to everybody, right? And everybody's watching the same crap. But you don't know that there's other stuff underneath that crap that's also really good. But you never get to see that other stuff because it's never being, the algorithm never pushes that other stuff that's there, that's so underrated. And this is one of those games that's underrated, And again, don't listen to negative reviews. Here we go. This game was being shit on, trashed on. It never got a proper respect that it deserves. This is why, and again, I don't like to repeat myself like a broken record, but I have said this millions of times. Try the games for yourself. Don't listen to others. And if you call yourself a gamer, and if you are a genuine gamer, then you will give this game a try. You will give every game a try. You will give everything a try. You will not just cherry pick and choose certain types of games. And I'm sorry for those of you who only play certain type of games. You're a certain type of gamer. You're not the gamer. Okay? You're not the gamer. If you're just playing Call of Duty, well, guess what? You're only a certain type of gamer that's playing Call of Duty. You can't call yourself the gamer. The gamer means you play all of the above. Everything. Okay? Same thing with the movies. If you call yourself a movie fan, then you're going to watch all kinds of movies, not just a specific kind of movies. So, but people like to twist that around, I just want people to be authentic. I think it's important, especially in today's day and age. People need to be more authentic. If you want to label yourself something, then you have to live up to that. You have to own up to that. You can't just label yourself something but you don't know nothing about it. So you have to be authentic, man. And that's one of the issues I see today. It's just no one's being authentic. Everyone's just like calling themselves, well, I'm a gamer. And then you ask them a question and they have no idea about any of these games. They can't tell you nothing, even about their favorite game. Like, if you know your favorite game, you should be able to tell me everything on top of your head. Within 30 seconds, you should be able to tell me everything about the game. So people are not authentic today. There's a lot of phonies and fakes, pretending to be something and they're not, unfortunately. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the phony shit. Of course, there's phonies and fakes out there. There's so many. Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, man. It's just like, you just look at the internet. It's just Lord have mercy, dude. Phonies and fakes out there pretending to be something they're not. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, man. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. But anyway, getting back to this game, because I don't want to just complain and bitch and moan. It is what it is. It's the way it is. And there's a lot of phonies, a lot of fakes. It is what it is. But I want to focus on this game. I want to talk about, this game as we are doing this part 2. And please, I would appreciate if you guys would focus, like, talking about this game. I'm open to talk about other things, but there's a time and place for everything. Like, if you guys want to talk about something else, maybe you should set up a podcast or something, or let's do a podcast one of these days. Okay, then everybody can come in and then let's talk. But I really want to focus talking about this specific game. You know what I mean? Okay? Alright, so let's continue. Let's ask him about the ancient dome. And what's with the ancient dome? What can he tell me about the ancient dome?
What else can you tell me about the dome that we visited?
Alas, we lost with it alongside all the knowledge that we had accumulated there. We could send men to scour the place, I suppose, but with all that sensitive information, it may not be the smartest idea.
Wow, I can't believe this. Sorry guys, I just found something out. I don't know if you guys remember this actor. He's from New York. Nicky Cat. You guys probably don't. Maybe you've seen him in some movies, I think he was with Vin Diesel in Boiler Room, I think. And some other movies. A really good actor. I think he also worked with Edward Burns. I think him and Edward Burns were good friends. Nicky Cat, he died at age 54. Man. Why are people dying so young these days, man? Like, what's going on, dude? Wow. Anyway, may he rest in peace, Nicky Cat. He died at age 54. Anyway, and we just recently lost Val Kilmer. Alright, let's get back to the game. I want to ask him about the ancient dome again. I'm sorry.
What else can you tell me about the dome that we visited?
Alas, we lost with it alongside all the knowledge that we had accumulated there. We could send men to scour the place, I suppose, but with all that sensitive information, it may not be the smartest idea.
What about the chapel? Can you tell me about the chapel?
What do you know of our chapel?
It is built on an ancient colonial ruin. The ones who erected it made sure that we could only get in through 2 Technomancer doors.
What do you know of our chapel?
It is built on an ancient colonial ruin. The ones who erected it made sure that we could only get in through 2 Technomancer doors.
Okay. Let's talk about the progress.
My mission is to chase deserters and put an end to their life so that the scandal doesn't affect the army.
A difficult mission, especially from a moral standpoint. Are you okay?
Yes, it's raised some questions. It goes against what you've always taught me. The value of human life. That means nothing against the army's reputation.
Well, it must have been a hard choice to make. We are at war, and alas, this simple fact justifies extremes. Whereas in the end, it is only politics. I am sorry, Zack. I hope that your next missions will be less difficult. I don't want you to become as jaded as I am.
Yeah. It is what it is, huh?
Goodbye, Sean.
Goodbye, Zack. Be careful.
Let me talk to this guy, Ian Menser.
Zachariah, a pleasure as always. What may I do for you?
See, I want to learn more about, like, that's why you need to have these conversations. And you're probably wondering, well, why are you having these conversations? Well, just like with any role-playing game, just like with Knights of the Old Republic, you know, you want to ask questions so you can learn more about the past, to learn more about who you are as a Technomancer, to learn more about the colony, to learn more about the resistance, etc., etc. So you have a better understanding of this world that you are in, this universe that you're in, on colonization of Mars. So that's why you need to learn all these things.
What can you share about us, Technomancers?
We are, as you have learned, mutants, Zachariah. But while other mutations form the poor, deformed creatures that we use like commodities, ours has produced within us gifts. Whether this knowledge is shared among the Technomancers of Aurora, I know not. We are all still learning about ourselves, with knowledge segregated from faction to faction, corporation to corporation. Even Aurora conducts experiments that would be of interest to us. We whose gifts have turned us into living weapons. And despite our strengths, despite our role as guardians of knowledge, the last link to the Earth's past, the sole reason the corporations have not yet collapsed, our instability has ensured that any seat of power remains elusive to our kind. But nevertheless, no matter what our enemies, even those inside Abundance, may think or espouse, they need us. It is not the other way around. We are our own masters, never slaves.
Alright, tell me about Alan Menser, my mentor. Tell me about him. So, we also have learned that we are mutants. And we have special abilities as gifts. that makes us more superior than the regular humans. And of course, the regular humans, they don't like us because we're just weird. They look at us, oh, you're a mutant, so you must be weird, right? But then again, they're not looking at us at, you know, what we bring to the society, like what technomancers bring to the society. It's, you know, they're trying to be law obeying, you know, citizens, right? And they are helping the colony, but at the same time they're being looked down upon, you know, because of these abilities. It's like a prejudice, you know, just like with everything. Imagine if the aliens and us humans coexisted, right? Like in District 9, right? Or let's say like there's a movie called Alien Nation. If it was with, I believe, James Caan, late James Caan, back in the 80s, right? Imagine if we mingled with the aliens, some other alien civilization, right? And they came in and we all started mingling together. Sure, we would look down upon them because we're like, well, you're an alien from a different universe and we're humans here. So there's always going to be that prejudice against, you know, people don't like what they don't understand. It's always been like that. People always have this prejudice against what they don't understand. It's always been there. It's almost like systematic. Honestly, it's not almost, but it's always systematic. It's like that for which I don't understand, and it looks different than me. I have a prejudice against, and the same thing here. They have a prejudice against these technomancers, even though technomancers are law-abiding citizens. They're helping the colony. They're doing everything correct, everything right. They're not criminals. But yet, because of who they are, because of, you know, the fact that they're mutants, therefore, mutants of Mars, therefore they are looked down upon, you know. Same thing with Blade Runner, right? With replicants, right? See how they look down upon replicants because of who they are, because of their abilities, their strength, and you know, it makes humans uneasy, you know. All right, so let me ask him about my mentor, Alan Mancer. He's Zachariah. Remember, this is Zach. I'm playing a character called Zachariah Mancer. Okay.
Do you have any insight on Alan Mancer?
Zachariah, listen closely. As much as my heart yearns to spurt vitriol at his name, discretion is the better part of valor. Speak neither ill of the dead nor of those who could make you so. That man is filled with more blind aspiration than sense, easily manipulated by those who know how to flatter him. He would give up everything for the slightest bit of praise. He is the antithesis of you. While you ascended, his weaknesses have kept him from initiation, and he holds it against you. But do not get sucked into his petty games. He is a dolt, worthy of less attention than contempt.
What can you tell me about the ASC?
There is nothing to learn, officially, because no one talks about them out of fear. Speak of the devil and he shall appear, and all. Silly superstition. But fear drives men as much as serum, I suppose. The true source of their power ultimately stems from their surveillance services. And with the war comes near limitless authorities in such matters. More often than not, authorities are aimed at their own dissenters rather than any deeply tangible threat to our great Mother Abundance. At their core, they are quite simply the most mortal of threats to us. So I would advise you, stay in line. Do as you are told, and attract little attention, for it is now a perilous game of survival.
Okay.
Do you have any wisdom you can share regarding Colonel Victor?
Wisdom or warning? He is a dangerously smart man with an insatiable hunger for power, an unending drive to have us in his pockets. A chess master, I fear, with just enough savvy to find a way to do it, too. Someday.
What do you think of our army?
A question requiring a delicate response indeed. For we are a part of that body. An integral part, perhaps. A vital organ, but still just a part. As such, one may not talk about the whole without impugning the parts, which in truth I am not wont to do. But with that spoken, it is very old. On one hand, good, well-established, the best equipment, disciplined troops, professional. But on the other hand, set in its ways, a double-edged sword indeed. For inflexibility is merely a step from paralysis, an iteration of the old dog's new tricks scenario. And with ranks practically inherited, there hardly exists a culture that encourages hard work or passion among the troops. Why work towards something that's unachievable? And of course, it's less than ideal that there are far too few of our kind among the ranks. Next to Aurora, we're surprisingly deprived in that field. And they're in the process of collecting the laurels of their politics right now.
I want to ask him about my crew, David and Jeffrey.
Can you tell me anything about a soldier in my unit named David Ward?
I've been privy to some scarce talk of the boy. Tales of a once good soldier grown bitter and cynical, and none too pleased to be listening to a Technomancer. More nuisance than cause for concern. But just be aware, Zachariah. For one who turns a blind eye might just lose the other in the process.
What about Jeffrey?
What can you tell me about Jeffrey Hunter, another soldier in my unit?
Little of note. A spry young farm boy. Little more than a simpleton fresh from greenhouse, if word serves correct. So as always, at least from my perspective, caution is in order when it concerns anyone like this lad. Anyone who is not a brother or sister.
Alright, tell me about the Aurora. How about the information about the war? And see, this is why I need to also play Mars Log Wars to kind of understand, how the war started and all that.
Can you enlighten me regarding our enemies from Aurora?
A fascinating corporation run by people with virtuously idiotic names. Chastity Smith, Decency Johnson, Benevolence Wilson. But beyond that, Abundance's obsession with hiding any and everything Aurora has made us weaker, less prepared to engage them. And though the youngest of the water corporations, they are still somehow winning the war. Driven by religious fervor that keeps their masses in line, and aided by a vision of technomancy that, wider than ours, serves them far better. They seek out technomancers in their youth, cultivate them, so their numbers far exceed ours, and they separate them, keeping them from inbreeding.
What about their leaders?
How is Aurora governed?
Aurora might be Abundance's troubled child, Zachariah, but it is still its daughter. Not only do we share our ancestry, we are set up the same, led by a dowser and a council of representatives from various groups. The greatest difference lies predominantly in the import and power that have been bestowed upon its clergy. And with them, religion resides in the hands of their technomancers.
How about the war? How did the war start it?
What can you share with me about the war?
How about a truth that few are brave enough to say? We are losing the war. Even though our enemies have not come out unscathed and are losing momentum, in the end we will lose territory, facilities, maybe even entire cities. In time, I am certain that we will launch a new attack in an effort to regain our pride and take back what we have lost. But we shall fail and fall again, unless our internal politics radically change, a change as likely to happen as this planet turning blue.
Okay. Well, that's all I needed to know. Actually, one more thing. How about these relics? What can you tell me about them?
I finally managed to meet the merchants you told me about. It wasn't easy. The mob kidnapped them for serum. I freed them before talking to them.
I'm sure gratitude helped to loosen their lips. So what knowledge was gleaned from such lengths?
Word that Aurora is running large-scale excavations along the shadow paths near our territory, and in the process uncovering important objects, maybe even a relic.
Fascinating. Finds that are no doubt better off in our hands than those of Aurora's Technomancers. Keep those merchants close, Zachariah. Information like that is such a priceless commodity. You are no more free to roam than the rest of us. Of that I have no doubt. But if you find yourself with access to a rover and perhaps find a way to that excavation site and locate the relic, well, you cannot know the value it might hold if brought back to us. It may seem petty. It's a mission for some rusty relic that may or may not even exist. However, if you are able to slip away from Ophir...
Okay. Wait for access to a rover to archaeology. Go to the excavation site. Okay. I learned some valuable information here at the chapel. Let me talk to this guy, Master Connor, before I head out. Before I head out to do my mission. Hold on. Maybe I need to report back to Captain Eliza, and after I do that, then we'll do Finding Earth, Archaeology Desert. So I want to finish my missions here first, fighting for the abundance, and then after that we'll go on the excavation mission. All right, because I want to do this, finish this abundance missions before I head out to the desert, the Martian desert, before I head out on this excavation mission. Let me talk to this guy first, Master Connor.
How are you, Zachariah?
I'm fine. And you?
Good. How may I be of service?
Tell me about the great Master Ian.
What do you know about Great Master Ian?
A truly great man, instilled with a vision and goal that most likely saved us. Before his arrival, things were simpler in Ophir. The ASC was out here, but by and large, they were little more than a corporate espionage network, disinterested in either the army or us. Of course, we always answered to a chain of command, but it was nothing like what we've experienced since Victor has taken the lead. From the beginning, there was cause for alarm. However, the former Great Master, Brandon, was far too old to have energy enough to lead the charge against our enemies. Ian, though, is inspired. He's inspired us to stand up for our right to freedom, to expand our understanding beyond the simple message we all saw in the dome. Such wisdom and strength are rarely found in one person.
Okay, let me ask him about the AAC.
What are your thoughts on the ASC?
Were I a younger man, I might play it safe. Say I know nothing of them, that they protect us. But age exhausts the desire to continue down such a path. The ASC is a disease that is destroying abundance for the vanity of a single man, Colonel Victor. They're not just our enemies as Technomancers. They are also our enemies as citizens of abundance and inhabitants of Ophir. They strangle the freedom of the people under the weight of their own paranoia. To them, everyone is guilty of something. Their sustenance is hatred and fear. And, I fear, a clash with them will one day test our survival.
Interesting.
What do you know about the Technomancers?
For such a specific question, it raises broad answers. I cannot speak of those from Aurora, for instance. I know they have little power there. That they are seen more as guardians than soldiers. But do they know from where their abilities stem? Here, only the initiated know. As you are aware, we keep the youngest of our kind in the dark, fearing the knowledge might be too much for them to bear. That secret, though, once shared, forms a bond like none other, melding us into brothers and sisters, bonding us in spite of Abundance's efforts to keep us apart. It forges solidarity, a concept very dear to me. It defines us, I believe, even more than our powers.
Let me ask him about the exchange. How does he feel about the exchange place?
What do you know about the Exchange Quarter?
A strange, almost exotic neighborhood. A haven for merchants who claim no corporation as their home, who bear with them goods and news from beyond our borders, and boggle the mind with their uniqueness. It's refreshing.
What about the chapel?
You know our chapel very well, don't you?
An ancient place. The remnants of the first domes in the city upon which Ophir was built. Though, admittedly, we know not what they were used for back then. Perhaps a place of worship, perhaps of knowledge or research. One cannot know, as its purpose was adapted and changed to meet the evolving needs of generations of Technomancers. Numerous relics and tunnels linking it to the underwork have been added over time.
What about the underworks?
Are you familiar with the Underworks?
I know them, in bits and pieces. People say they extend for untold miles. Subterranean channels forged by water and the claws of creatures so expansive that none have ever explored them all. Beneath the chapel lies a crypt containing the remains of our most distinguished members. But there as well are countless storage areas, shortcuts that elude the less desirable areas of the city, and even places of refuge for the banished and most wretched of our populace.
What about the source?
What can you tell me about the source?
It is the heart of Ophir, and therefore Abundance's, the city's most ancient neighborhood, spotted with the remnants of the original domes. A place of power, as expected, where politicians, military officials, ASC members, and even Technomancers mix. Besides our chapel, though, I admit it is not a place I enjoy. I am no diplomat, and in a neighborhood where all that matters is how many there support you at the council, it is not a place for me.
Well, I think I learned a lot of information here. So, let me ask him about the slums. What does he know about the slums? It's one more questions I have for him.
What can you tell me about the slums?
Besides the underworks, they are the largest part of our city. As its population swelled, so did its buildings, but far too quickly and without proper standards, which now leave its occupants sans adequate safety, urbanism, or even means for sanitation. It is a surprise that many of those buildings have managed to stay standing, and that some contagion has not yet spread.
Okay, I think I have all the information I need. Honestly, I'm good. I have enough information. I gained enough experience. I have enough information. I'm good to go. With this knowledge, trust me, I'm more than good.
Lieutenant Zachariah Manson. What a pleasure.
Hello, sir. I don't think I've had the honor of meeting you before.
Ah, of course. I am Colonel Victor Watcher of the ASC.
Colonel.
At ease, Lieutenant, at ease. Simply came to congratulate you and learn that you become a Technomancer of the highest degree. For a young man from a rogue family, it's a terrific achievement.
Thank you.
No, no, thank you. Your road must have been difficult, but you persevered. An outsider who managed to work his way into the ranks of the elite Technomancers. A marvelous story, especially given their secrecy. They've always fascinated me. Do you have any insight as to why they chose to be so insular?
I'm sorry, Colonel, but I don't know what you mean.
What a shame. By coming to you out of friendship and camaraderie, I was hoping that you wouldn't treat me like an outsider, too. All right, then. Back to your duties. But think about what I asked, and we'll see each other again.
I don't know. This guy, Victor, I don't trust him. Actually, let's go back to the exchange. I need to report to my captain first before I do the other mission. Why do I need this serum? Remember, we're mutants. That's what we are. As Technomancers, we are mutants. So we need the serum.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
What the hell's going on here?
The Curiosities Arena gets more violent by the day. It's because of all these weirdos.
I heard they're renting out rooms to terrorists in the Bori. How can you keep up a nice establishment with that kind of business model?
Okay, come on. Terrorists? Really? If people are saying terrorists are in there, why haven't they been arrested yet? It's a huge risk.
You know how it is. They're just opponents to some people. I'm sure they convinced the owner that they're just protesters.
I need to tell him what I have learned. To Scott. Scott Seeker.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope.
No, I'm good. I'm still in one piece. How about this Victor? I just spoke to him. He just approached me. Should I trust this guy or not? Colonel Victor.
You know Colonel Victor?
That awful man. He looks like he swallowed a lightning rod. Maybe that's the case for all I know.
Scott, you know that everybody says he's dangerous.
Oh, very much so. A man so consumed by ambition and obsessed with power always ends up being dangerous. You mean for me? What do you want him to do with an old crazy man like me?
You know my master Sean well, don't you?
Well, it's a strong word. I know him, of course. I saw him during all those years I came to visit you. We would talk sometimes. He likes you a lot, you know. I think that he has great hopes for you. He's also very bitter. He bears a grudge against our corporation, and I don't know why. I think that it was because of the appointed couple policy imposed upon the Technomancers. He must have had a frustrated love story, that boy. I hope that he did not give you bad ideas. Abundance has shortcomings, but it is up to us to fix them, and it remains undoubtedly the best of all corporations.
Alright, let's go back to the exchange. No, this... Hold on. That's not it. I wish that there was a fast travel so I can go back to the exchange. But unfortunately not. What the hell is this?
Make the slightest move and dead me.
How do we get in? Hold on. Can't get in this club, can we? It's a hotel.
Veronica, I need a favor. I'm looking for access to the professor's compiled research documents. Might be a big help to me.
It's just not my work to share, Zachariah. If he came back, I don't think he'd be too pleased to find out I handed it away. You ever find out what happened to him?
Alright, let me give her the information. I want to be transparent with her because it's the only way I can earn her trust.
From what I could gather, he was arrested and thrown into the correctional camp. Apparently his criticism of the government was more important to them than his work. Times we live in, I guess.
I don't even know what to... Such a loss. A waste. Maybe his work shouldn't be abandoned. If he's not coming back anytime soon, or at all, then you can do good with it.
Alright, let me give this research to Scott. Let me go back. I think he will be pleased to know that I did this for him, that I gave him this info.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope.
Here's the documents, Charles. I mean, for his friend Charles. He's been searching for his disappearance because he hasn't heard from him, so I got some information on his friend Charles, because this guy Scott Seeker has been asking me a favor to talk to this Victoria Seeker, and because she knew him and she gave me some information. So now I'm going to give this information about the disappearance of Charles to Scott Seeker.
Unfortunately, I've received confirmation of what Veronica suspected. Charles was arrested and deported to a camp as a punishment for his comments. I'm sorry, Scott. I did bring back his research, though, since you wanted it.
Thank you, Zachariah. How awful. But what is happening to our dear abundance? We won't beat Aurora if we get rid of our scientists. Anyway, I'll take a look at these documents. No doubt our dear Charles was worried. They're coded. It's funny, it reminds me of the code we used as students, so that the professors wouldn't know about our adventures. All this is a little far away. I'm gonna have to think about it. Thank you, Zach. Thanks again.
Alright, I got my reputation. Now I'm level 11. And you also want to have a reputation with a lot of these different different characters, and they all belong to different groups, right? You got Seekers, you got Resistance, you got a Aurora. Not Aurora, Aura, or whatever they call it. I think it's Aurora, which is the ASC, Aurora, and then you have the Army, obviously, and then you got Technomancers. So you want to like get your reputation, and the more reputation you gain, the more, it even kind of rhymes, the more reputation you have, the more information you have, right? So you want to have a good reputation with everybody, so you can gain more access of information that will help you to other clues and be able to unlock different missions and do different tasks. So you want to have a information access from these different groups of characters who belong to different factions, so now I'm level 11. All right, thank you. Let's get out of here. Alright, what's next? Let's see. Report back to Captain Elisa. Alright, so before I do this other mission to wait to access a rover to go to the excavation, let's finish this. Let me report back to Captain Elisa. So that's what I need to do right now. Report back to her. She will have another mission for me, and then complete the mission for her. And after I complete the mission, and once I finish fighting for the abundance, then I'm going to you know what, before I report back to my captain Elisa Major, let me do this mission regarding this missing girl. Remember that lady that was asking us a favor to find her daughter? So let's go ahead and let's focus on this mission. Alright. A missing girl. Let's also do some upgrades. Increases the damage done by all staff attacks by 10%. Sure. Take it. Perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and let's do this mission. Let's find this missing girl before we report to my captain. All right. I hope you guys are enjoying this live stream, because I like to play these games that you never heard about. I mean, I guarantee you never heard about this one. Because if I haven't heard about it, then chances are you haven't heard about it. So I like to kind of share these games that you never heard about, and then kind of to show you, hey, you know, maybe you should check it out.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off! Come on, guys, let's go! You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!
Guess who's back? Me. I have some more questions.
Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
Information about the young woman who disappeared. What do you know about it?
I'm looking for a prostitute named Sarah.
And you wouldn't be the only one. She was quite the popular menu item for the boys at the barracks, until she disappeared, like a puff of once lucrative smoke. You catch wind of her, you'll let me know. I'd be much obliged. Wish I could give you a bearing, but the truth of the matter is, the doll simply disappeared, along with a potential profit I'm not happy to have seen go with her, but would pay to see returned, with or without some added bruising as a lesson in running off.
What's the word on the curiosities?
It'd be a nice place if you could scrub away the filth and grime, trash, and somehow diffuse the tensions between the anarchist ASC spies and members of our family that boil over. Other than that, though, charming place. Seriously, though, the hodgepodge of personalities can run their streets with more blood than those arena brawls they're so fond of, which I'd imagine would revel in a Mancer brawler, if you ever wanted to try your hand.
What's the deal with the mutant pen?
Well, well. Aren't we just the little inquisitive student today? So eager to learn. So full of questions. Even for mutants, it's unbearably inhuman. Piled into a pen in conditions that I guarantee will, in time, foster revolt. Despite what some profess, they're far from mindless. And thought fueled with rage is a dangerous, dangerous little thing.
Okay.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Couldn't get much information. That's great. However, I have an idea. I mean, I gotta tell her that, hey, you know, I tried, but nobody knows where she's went.
So you find my girl yet?
Popular young girl you got there. Word is the mob's looking for her too, but she slipped away. Maybe one of her regular clients could help.
Huh. Well, let me think. There was one fella was deep into my Sarah, if you catch my drift. Spent all his serum, time, attention on my baby girl. John Labor, I believe. Fella from the slums. But if you're gonna find him there, you have to go at day's end. During daylight, the boy works round them military warehouses with the rovers.
Okay, let's go. This guy, John, will give us maybe some clues where she went.
The opposition is spreading.
By opposition, do you mean terrorists? You seem quite sympathetic to their cause.
What? No! I'm just telling you what I've heard.
Let's go to the slums.
It's getting harder and harder to make. Just the other day, I had to push my eldest to work.
Hey there.
Hey, they're back. What can I do you for?
Information about the factions. What do you know? Man, I feel like talking like John Wick. I'm looking for information about the factions. Tell me the information about the Vori.
You know much about the Vori?
Enough to say that even a guy like you should stay the hell out of their business. Ain't much crime goes down in abundance that don't go through them first. Some even say they're set up in the other corps too. Politicians may make the rules, but the Vori, they make the laws that run these streets. Mean bunch of dogs. Spill blood like bad beer. You scratch them, they'll kill you. And maybe your family too, just to make a point.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe I'm the kind of guy that's always looking for the trouble. And maybe I'm the kind of guy that wants to go in the most shittiest places on the planet. Maybe I'm that kind of guy.
What do you know about Anton Rowe?
Rumor is, you say his name 3 times and he'll appear. Sure, that ain't true, but I sure ain't gonna try it. One bad dude. Story goes he enlisted in the army young, real young. Had a hunger to kill, and when he'd finally filled his belly, he faked an injury on the front and got sent back to the main offices. Part of his plan, or so they say. Was there he got smart, learned to walk the walk, talk the talk, learned all the sensitive info he could get his hands on, then left the army and returned to his roots. Took him less than 5 years from there to snake and charm and stab his way to the top. It's been years now. Since then, he's been ruling over everyone with unmatched cruelty, even though he may seem charming. Honestly, I'd rather not have to deal with him in person.
Okay. What about the resistance? Tell me about this lady, Bulgakov. What do you know about her and her agenda?
What's the word on Bulgakov? Seen him before?
Oh yeah, sure, we're good pals. Hang out all day. You fucking kidding me? Guy ain't exactly walking around with a name badge. Could be you for all I know. All I know is he's damn well respected by damn near everyone, even those who ain't rebels. Kind of leader of men type fella. Big ideas. They say them ideas ain't all his own though. The guy got inspired by ideas from all around. Other corps, other cities, even Earth, who knows? But he's out to change the world. Bigger, better, brighter.
I thought it was a lady. Oh, I see. That's her decoy. She wants people to think that she's a guy, but she's a lady. Because remember, I met her, and I didn't arrest her. I let her go. Well, this place certainly looks empty. There's nothing here. It's a waste of time.
Officer, please, please help.
What's wrong?
My fiancé just disappeared. He's not like him. I know something's happened to him.
Talk to me.
Yeah, his name's Derek Laver. He's just a worker like me, but he's also this amazing fighter. He was trying to get us out of this life by winning in the arena. And he was. But then, you know, these people, bad people, became really interested in him, and after his last fight, a lot of serum flies around in fights like this. And he usually wins, which makes people lose serum, and then, I don't know. Please find him.
I'll see what I can do.
Go to the bar to investigate Derek's. Alright. Maybe he knows something.
Hey there.
Hey, they're back. What can I do you for?
No, he doesn't know anything.
Hey, you John Labor?
That depends. What's this about?
You alright? Look a little worse for wear.
Oh yeah, never better. What do you want?
A young woman worked around here. Name was Sarah.
The girl's gotten popular. A lot of people looking for her these days. What's it to you?
What's it to me? I'm her brother.
Just a guy trying to help her out. What do you say?
Yeah, alright. That girl could use all the help she could get. Now, I tried. I tried not to tell him where she was at, but I felt like it only takes so much before he breaks. You follow? I felt like it only takes so much. Sarah wanted out of her family, away from her bitch mother, out of the city, away from the underworld, out of abundance. To a world of hope is all. New start. Not too much to want? No. So she headed off to the exchange to find a smuggler. Or anyone offering hope. But, thanks to me, she probably got those assholes all over her by now. I tried to keep my mouth shut. Y'all really tried. You gotta go get her first, mister. She's a good girl. So go on now. You find her, and you help her.
All right. I will find her. She better be in one piece, dude.
Hey! How you doing here, huh? What do you want?
Nothing from you. I'm here for...
Gal? Great. Sorry she's ours. Maybe you can come back later after we're done with her. You can get the hell out now and never come back! Or do you need me to help you out permanently?
Please! Please! There!
Shut your fucking mouth, bitch! Fuck, your lucky damaged goods are worth less, or I'd drop a hammer on your teeth!
Alright, this is going to be easy for me. I don't even have to think twice about this.
Yeah, I think we've got a little misunderstanding. I need to talk to the girl, and you don't really have a choice here.
Is that so?
Alright.
Thank you! Thank you so much! I can't even tell you how much I owe you. What they would have done to me if you hadn't shown up. But I need to get out of town now, for good.
No. You need to go back to your mother.
Listen, do what you want. I don't think running's your best option. Never stop once you start. And your mother's waiting for you. You're her world, you know that?
Oh yeah, right. Sweet, loving mom. You know what she makes me do? What did she offer you to bring me back? A membership card?
She's your mother. I'm sure she loves you. But to be honest, that's between you and her. Not me. But my advice? Go see her. Talk to her.
Fine. Whatever. We'll go see her. Sure, it'll do a lot of good.
Let me go speak with the girl's mother.
So I've got some good news and bad news for you, man. I found your daughter with the mob. Seems she owed some serum.
That girl, she's gonna be the death of me. Getting involved with that Anton. That bastard. He ain't gonna let her go until he sucks us dry of serum. But thank you. You done what you could. Done good. And you done a mother's heart even better. I ain't got much for your troubles. Nothing but myself. But I'm sure a young man like you ain't have no interest in a tattered bag of bones like mine. So I hope my thanks is enough.
Just happy to help you out, okay? But actually, now that I think about it, you know, you do have a she does have a good behind, you know. You know, not bad. Just saying. But hey, thanks is good enough. Thanks is good enough, you know. Oh, I need to go report back to Captain. What is this? Go to the bar to investigate Derek's labor, the missing boxer. Oh shit, that's right. I forgot about that.
Hey there.
Hey there back. What can I do you for?
Let me talk to this elite soldier.
Hey, I'm looking for a guy. Used to fight in the arena. Name's Derek Labor.
Derek Labor? Yeah, I know who that is. Heard rumors going around about it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard Derek got himself into some shit with some Vori. He decided he didn't want those fights they were fixing or something. Just what I heard, but if it's true, I doubt you'll ever see him. But you know, if you want to ask around, if it's about betting, talk to the bookie. He may know more. No one knows more about the fighters than he does.
Thanks. I'll do that.
Alright, let's talk to this bookie. Is he a bookie? Hold on. Sam Rogue? Alright.
Hey, new blood to the neighborhood. Name's Sam Rowe, bookmaker at the Curiosities, which means I not only take bets on the fights, but I set them up too. So, whatever your flavor, I'm your man. You a betting man or a fighting man? Care to dance?
More a fighter, I guess.
Yeah, you've seen the sort. We got two types of dance cards, see? On-demand fights for the beauty of the sport, and a tournament where the fighters instead gotta take on a number of challenges. You win them all, you take the title, and a reputation to not fuck with you.
Okay, I'll do it.
Sure. Why the hell not? Could use a little exercise.
That's what I'm talking about. Follow me to the arena, fresh meat. They're gonna love you.
Okay. Where's the arena? Here?
Hello there. Ready for a fight? A challenge?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
That a boy! Damn impressive. Your reward for victory.
Tell me more about the challenges in different rounds.
Sure. Each round's got 3 challenges. This round remains on home turf, but the future rounds will find the local champs fighting those from other cities. You win the last round, you win it all. You're the champion of Mars.
Who or what do you fight in the challenges?
You can fight other guys, or there's some who come to only fight the creatures. Either way, the further you go, the stronger your adversary will be. Each subsequent challenge pushes the limits.
Alright, let's do a second challenge. Come on. I'm ready. Level 12, alright. Alright, let's do a challenge 3.
That a boy! Damn impressive. Your reward for victory.
Let's finish the third one. This is the third challenge. Oh yeah, I'm kicking ass. I'm kicking ass.
That a boy! Damn impressive. Your reward for victory. Hello there. Ready for a fight? A challenge?
Alright, let's see if he can give us the information about the boxer. The missing boxer.
Hey there, new blood. What can I do you for?
I'm looking for a man named Derek Labor. He fought here?
Guess you've earned a bit of honesty from me. Poor Derek. Poor Derek. Hit a snag. Snag so big it got him knocked out, if you catch my drift. There were two fellas after him. More likely that they did him in than the story going round that he simply choked drinking from a glass. Don't you think? Strong fellow like that.
Where can I find the guys?
They're Vori, Mancer. So I'm guessing you can find them hanging around Anton Rogue's warehouse. But I didn't tell you that.
I'll keep you safe. Thanks for the help.
Alright. Let's find the henchman responsible for the killing. Alright.
Word is, you're the guy who paid to kill Derek Labor. The guy who won his last fight in the arena a few days ago.
Fuck you! Who the hell you think you are coming in here like this, prick? How about we teach you a lesson in manners? How about that, boys?
Alright, bring it.
Stop, damn it, stop! We're the ones who shot Derek.
And who sent you to do it?
Shit, it was that fucking guard who watches over the fights. He wanted Derek gone. I don't know why, so don't ask. I just took what he paid, and I did what he asked, alright?
Yeah, alright. An honest killer. What'll they think of next? Later.
No, I'm not going to kill them. I'll let him be. They gave me the information. No reason for me to kill them, you know. Because I don't want the bad karma, you know. Because you do earn a negative karma if you decided to just, you know, turn into John Wick and just kill off everybody. I give this game 8, solid 8. Honestly, it's. Some people might say, really? Yeah. I think this is a solid 8. I mean, if you love Knights of the Old Republic, and if you love Deus Ex, I think you will enjoy this. I think 8. It's a solid. It's a fair score and solid score. I give it 8 because it's an intriguing story about these Technomancers. So the story's intriguing. So for me, that's what keeps me going. Okay, alright, well, it's an intriguing story. We'll learn more about him, learn more about the Technomancers, learn more about the Resistance, learn more about the Mars colony. And also there's another game that was released in 2013 called the Mars War of Logs or something like that. War of Logs. And I want to play that to connect the dots. So the combat's pretty cool. You know, the upgrades, leveling up, and the combat's pretty cool. I like that. You know, there's a lot of stuff here. So I give it 8 for that reason. You know, and I think it's very underrated. See, this is what I'm saying. There's so many underrated games, and you never heard of them, right? You never played them. And then once in a while you come across this guy, Mr. 4K, my channel, and you're like, that's interesting. I never heard about this game. Right? So, but here's another thing. If I only spent like 2 hours playing this game and I didn't go deep into it, I would have never known just like how rich this game is with the story and all these characters. So this is why it's also important to be respectful to a lot of these games, to give these games a proper time. And I notice a lot of people, when they play video games, they just, you know, first hour, 2 hours, and not into it, and they just never touch it again, and they start trashing. It's a trash this, trash that. You can't do that, man. You have to put in some hours. How many hours did I put into this game? Let me see. 6 hours. So 6 hours into this game, and I already like it. I already like what it has to offer, you know. Let me just check my equipment here. See what I have. Alright, okay, we're good. I think we'll have to fight this guy. This big guy. Is that him? Hold on. Yeah, that's him. Elite soldier.
I have 2 witnesses telling me you're behind Derek Labor's death. Why'd you do it?
Why did I do it? You know how much that little bitch cost me in serum? Papa's little ass was supposed to go down in the last fight. But no. He decided he needed to follow the rules. Being a pathetic laborer who started winning fights swelled his head. A little arrogance goes a long way in the arena. You get hurt outside of it, though, he was supposed to lose. He didn't. That hurt me real bad. So, I made an example of him to other fighters who think they can think for themselves, too.
Okay, well. Now you're going to find out what it's like to die as well.
You're under arrest for the murder of Derek Labor.
Yeah, sure. You and what army officer? Get
But I cannot do that. I'm an officer of the law. I'm a technomancer. See, I can't do that shit. Okay? So I cannot be John Wick. Okay? If this was John Wick, it would already be his funeral. But you know, I'm the technomancer officer, and I have to follow the law. The law. So I'm going to arrest his ass. Alright, he's arrested. So we have to tell the widow, that lady, we have to tell her, I'm sorry, your fiance, it's rest in peace. You're gonna have to look for another husband somewhere else. Go back to dating apps, and you know, it is what it is. Where'd she go? Is she still here?
Miss, there's no easy way to say this, but I found your fiance's body. The Vori killed him over some rigged bets.
No! No! Derek!
I arrested the man responsible. He's in jail now. That doesn't bring Derek back, but at least the guy who did it will pay.
Thank you, officer. Thank you.
And by the way, I'm available. You know, if you wanted Derek's replacement, I'm here. You know, if you're looking for a Derek's replacement, I'm here. You know, I'm available. Just saying. Here's my number. You don't have to call me now, but you know, if you ever feel lonely and you feel like, you know, you want a Derek's replacement, I can you know, try to. I can manage, you know. Maybe I could be his replacement, and you give me a call. Let me know. No pressure now, you know. You know, go to the funeral, take some time. You know, you can grieve Derek for a little bit. But after a few months, you know, pick up that phone and just let me know. Okay? Okay? Alright. Good. Bye. You know what? I need to upgrade my weapon here. Okay. Okay. Okay, this will come in handy. Resistance to disruption. Alright, resistance to poison. Perfect. Alright. Perfect. Oh, what is this? Looking good here. Oh yeah. Looking good. Oh yeah, looking good, man. Nobody's going to mess with us right now. Let's get some sleep, you know. Okay. What's next? What other missions do we have? Hold on. Alright. Alright, so let's go and report to my Captain Eliza. And then see what other mission does she has for me, and let's do that other mission. And then after that, we'll head out to archaeology in the desert. Okay, and by the time we finish the abundance mission, we'll have enough level, we'll have enough upgrades to be prepared for whatever awaits for us in the desert. Probably some huge giant bug or something. So let's go ahead and let's report to Captain Eliza. Keep in mind there's a prequel to this Technomancer game. There's another game called Mars, War of Logs, and it's certainly a game that I'm going to be playing after I finish this, to learn more about the past and what happened, here on this colony of Mars. Alright, let's go back to the exchange. I think it's this way. What the hell is this?
Hey there, you in charge of the mutant pen? Name's Technomancer, Ophir officer.
Hey, yeah. Pen's my responsibility. Sure. Dan Stewart, what can I do for you?
Well, not much you can do for me. I just wanted to know who you are. That's all. Hold on a second. Wait. This is not right, dude. How come they don't give them the water?
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
This is wrong, dude. They should give them some water.
Oh, great. You're back. What do you want?
Wait, there's Curiosity Bar. What been there? Let's go to the exchange. Let's get out of here. I need to report to... we're in the slums right now. We need to go to the exchange. I need to report to... my captain. Alright, let's go to the exchange. I just want to look at the map. So it's right here. Okay. It's right over here. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I need to talk to the captain. I need to tell her, hey, I don't like what's going on in the slums. It's too crazy. But she's probably going to tell me, well, I'm here to follow the orders. I'm not a politician. So we want to go and talk to our captain and then see what she says and do some more missions for her, level up, upgrade. I'm already leveled up and upgrade my character, and I also need to upgrade my other two characters, and then we'll go do that excavation mission, and then we'll be prepared. We'll be ready for if we have to fight some big bug or something. We'll be prepared. We'll be ready, you know. All right, let's go. See what she says. I love that the game automatically saves the game, but I still like to, you know, save manually. Just in case, you know, just in case. All right, Captain.
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Yes. It's been a long time, actually. I've done a lot of missions.
Captain, report.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
The insurgency's been quelled.
What about this pain in my ass, Bulgakov?
I'm not going to lie to her. She'll find out if I'm lying or not. I'm just gonna, because she can double check and everything. I'm just gonna tell her that she has escaped. I'm not going to tell her that I let her go. She escaped.
Let me start with the good news. We stopped Bulgakov at the station before they set off their explosives. Bad news? She slipped away before we could grab her.
Starting with the good news doesn't make it any less of a failure, Lieutenant. The ASC's gonna try to rip us a new asshole over this, but the fact that they said Bulgakov was a man and not a woman might give us a bit of ammo to fire back with. I'm still pissed, but there's no telling how many lives you saved today. So go find Quartermaster Ryan and collect your pay. Let's keep the fuck-ups to a minimum, though, going forward. Only so many times I'll be able to cover your ass with the ASC. Despite the attack, the officials reached the source. Good work, Lieutenant.
All safe and sound at the camp as promised, Captain.
You're already making yourself one hell of an asset, Lieutenant. No doubt those officials owe you their lives. You sure as hell earned your pay. You'll see the quartermaster to get it. Our response to the attack can't be passive. We strike fast, we strike hard, and we strike now. ASC discovered that they got in through the underworks, through tunnels connected to their shadow paths, so that's where we're gonna hit them. Get a rover and Amelia Reacher to drive you there, and wipe the Aurora shits off the face of Mars and destroy their damn tunnels. Failure's not an option. This is a mission of pride for this army, not just for abundance. They struck us in our home. For that, we'll annihilate them. Don't let us down, Lieutenant. During their assassination plot, Aurora's diversion attempts destroyed some of our city's roofs, forcing us to evacuate blocks of citizens to protect them from the sun. We need the repairs done, and done quickly. But instead of working on the repairs where they're damn well needed, fucking mutants have now chosen to revolt. Put an end to it, Lieutenant. Get them back to work so our city can get back to living.
Will do, Captain.
Before you go, Lieutenant, I want you to know, your professor, Captain Technomancer, leaving the city for the front. I want to go say goodbye.
Thank you, Captain. Appreciate it.
Let me ask her about the mission. Hold on.
Our response to the attack can't be passive. We strike fast, we strike hard, and we strike now. ASC discovered that they got in through the underworks, through tunnels connected to their shadow paths, so that's where we're gonna hit them. Get a rover and Amelia Reacher to drive you there, and wipe the Aurora shits off the face of Mars and destroy their damn tunnels. Failure's not an option. This is a mission of pride for this army, not just for abundance. They struck us in our home. For that, we'll annihilate them. Don't let us down, Lieutenant.
Where the hell's this shadow path? And how'd they manage to build tunnels into Ophir?
It's out by positions we lost to Aurora months ago. We may have occupied the area, but we had no idea about the tunnels. Maybe they were built by Aurora after they took control. Or maybe they were already there and the shits just stumbled across them by accident. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn why. We just need a solution. And it'd be a hell of a lot easier to close it off at the source than trying to find our way through the Underworks labyrinth.
So what are we up against?
Not in detail, but I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle, Lieutenant. Soldiers and the like, including your Aurora counterparts, Technomancers. I hope that won't be an issue for you. I know you all see each other as brothers and sisters. They're not, Lieutenant. They're your enemies. And I trust that you'll have no problem treating them like that.
Who's Amelia Reacher?
You really don't know her. She's an icon of abundance. Its poster child. Youthful and courageous. The daughter of one of Abundance's great discoverers. And one of the few people who can fix and drive the rovers.
What do we know about the mutants who revolted?
Just simple creatures that got too frustrated. They know a lot of them will die during the repairs we're trying to force them to make. Like animals, they need to be trained. Broken in. But like any animal, there's a line where us using them in a certain way becomes cruelty. So they revolted, because their supervisors abuse their power. I want you to go see how they're being treated. We keep them well-fed and well-equipped, we can keep them well-behaved. Those things don't go out looking for fights if we don't make them.
That's not what I saw.
How's the mutant pen organized?
It's just like a work camp in the city. The creatures have places to eat and sleep, and otherwise, put to work on projects in the area. Sometimes they're even brought out to do work elsewhere in the city. They're always returned at night. It's not a bad setup, but unfortunately, the city's expanded and now there's houses built right up against the pen. With the idea of a revolt, it becomes a powder keg situation. Those creatures could do some real damage. We should have moved them further from the population when we had the chance. Maybe near the roof. Would have been fewer risks.
Alright, that's all I needed to know. Go back to the rover hangar. Alright, let's do that.
Zachariah, so your captain told you I was heading out, did she? I should be grateful. It is good to see you. Perhaps for the last time. I'm leaving for the front, as is expected.
I wish you could stay longer.
Wish that I could as well, if not only to appease my concern for you. But their will moves more than my desire. So they separate us, as they always have. To keep us divided. And I fear to further isolate you. Stay wary, mindful. You are in their sights, my dear Zachariah. You are the newest initiate, the youngest. And so to them, the most attainable. The shortest route to knowing our secret. Such is our world. We are pawns in a chess game played by imbeciles, clinging to nothing but illusions of power. The real power that illusion brings. Take care, Zachariah. Take care.
I will. My word. Until we meet again, Master.
I'm afraid this is more of a farewell. And it's Sean. Forget me not.
It is always sad to see a friend leave. Especially when you know that he's going to risk his life every day. You must be feeling very lonely. It is up to you to earn a new friend to support you through hard times. A friend powerful enough. Have you thought about my request? What's little secret shared against a strong friendship, after all?
I would be honored to have you among my friends, Colonel. But alas, I don't know what secret you're alluding to. I'm sorry.
A pity indeed. Because you will find out soon enough that while I can be a great friend, I can also be a fierce enemy. See you later, Lieutenant.
This guy, Victor, is going to be a problem. I can already see. Ophir is the name of this place on Mars, this colony called Ophir, and it's placed on Mars. In case you guys are wondering what the Ophir is, it's a colony called Ophir.
Something, ain't it, Lieutenant? Getting revenge for an attack on Ophir, smack dab in the Aurora front. Taking a rover, too. Imagine my luck. I've never ridden... Lieutenant, sorry to bug you, but I gotta talk to you about something.
Alright. What's on your mind, soldier?
Look, Lieutenant, maybe it's just because I'm not used to life in the city, but...
Cut to the point, soldier.
I think we're being tailed, sir. I think someone's been watching us, but I don't know why.
All right. Any ideas how to figure out who it is?
Hell yeah. I ain't no hunter for nothing, sir. I'd say we could leave from, say, the barracks or something and head towards the exchange. But, you know, act casual, like it's just another day. We just treat it like we're out for a walk. Then, once we know we're being followed, we lead him to a trap down a dead-end road. And pow! You've got him. Or her. Whoever it is.
That's one way to go.
Okay. Let's do that.
All right. Why not? Let's try it. See what happens.
I guess that's her name, huh?
Hey, you, a Technomancer, right? Get the hell out of here. You surge around here, you're gonna fuck up my baby for good.
Just like you don't spontaneously combust, we don't spontaneously search. Is that you on the poster?
Yeah, name's Amelia Reacher. We're discoverers one and all, like father, like daughter. Why? What's it to you?
Well, me and my men need to get to a site on one of Aurora's shadow paths. Heard you'd make that happen.
Wish they gave me a heads up when Mancer was coming along. But orders are orders. I can take you whenever you're ready.
I'll come back later. I have some other missions to do. I want to do this mission that Jeffrey Hunter has a plan. Okay, so let's go to the exchange. Because before I go to the desert, to the Mars desert, I want to know who this individual is that's following me. Because Mars, it's nothing but the desert, right? Plenty of desert. Like I said, I give this game 8 out of 10. But of course, the Martian desert, it's unforgiving, you know. There's, I mean, can we live on Mars? Well, it would be harsh. It would be difficult. It would not be fun. Let's just put it that way. I mean, we could, but the conditions would be very difficult. Exposure to radiation, all sorts of things, getting sick, and it would be tough. It would be tough, dude. It would be. It's a fancy idea, and I'm not saying that it'll not happen in the future, but it will be a very difficult, super expensive, difficult mission. We will have to build some sort of domes, facilities to get the clean air, oxygen, you know. But still, it would be a very harsh environment, you know. It would be like a very difficult. It would not be fun. It's not like here on planet Earth. You go hang out by the beach, go swimming, right? Soak the sun, as they say, right? Go down by the beach, have some drinks, soak the sun, jump in the ocean, come back out of the ocean, soak the sun, right? You're not soaking any sun over there, because it's like super hot, dude. During the day, it's like 200 degrees, super hot, 200 degrees, and during the night, it's super cold. It's freezing, so it's like it's a very harsh environment. So I don't know, like, you know, what would you do there? It would be very painful experience to be up in the Mars. Like I said, you ain't going to be soaking up the sun, chilling out, right? Having fun, having a party, right? Everything would be indoors. It would be very indoors like experience, like in a big giant arena, indoor dome arena. So, you know. And look, and I'm not saying we shouldn't colonize it. I'm not saying that we shouldn't go there. You know, make the first step and keep advancing, and little by little, maybe we can terraform it, you know. 1,000 years from now, maybe we can colonize the place and terraform it. I mean, colonizing meaning terraforming it. We can maybe regulate the atmosphere. I mean, but this is all just like, I mean, it's right now it's a fantasy, because it's just how difficult it would be and how super expensive it would be to do it. Like everyone, all the countries around the world would have to join this effort to make this happen. So, and how would that work out, right? Without conflicts, right? You know how we are as humans. There's always conflicts, interests, right? And how would that work out? Who claims which territory? Who controls which territory? You know. Well, you have this colony here, or we want that colony over there. There's the resources over there. We want to terraform that colony over there. You know, it would just be, you know, it's plausible possibility. Okay, it's within our reach to colonize it, but then again, you got to ask yourself a question. Are you going to have fun over there? Nothing's better than here. Beautiful places around this planet, right? Beautiful forest, nature, oceans, sea, beautiful islands, right? There's so much beauty here on this planet to explore. And you're not going to get that on Mars. So, you know, you'll probably, not probably, 100% most likely, if you spend like a few months over there, which you have to, because you got to wait another 8 months till you can get, let's say, a shuttle to pick you up and then fly you back another 8 months back when the Mars is the closest to us. So that's 8 months of travel, right? And you certainly would miss planet Earth. Most likely you would get depressed. So I don't know, dude. Would you really enjoy it being up there, right? At first, sure. It would be woo, wow, wow, ooh, oh, wow, right? And then after 8 months, you're like, shit, I wanna get back home. You know, I wanna get back home. So, yeah. So all of these ideas about colonizing Mars, it's all nice and cute, right? But the reality kicks in, and you're like, you got to keep it real, you know. And this is what I like about what's his name? Neil Tyson deGrasse. Neil Tyson deGrasse. He says, you know, it's a cute idea, but let's look at the reality. You know, when the reality kicks in, then you're like, oh. Right. It's fantasy is nice. Having fantasies, it's wonderful. That's why we call them fantasies. Having dreams is wonderful. But looking at the reality, you're like, not so much fun. People ask me, how do I feel about the movie The Martian? The Martian, it's the one by Matt Damon. It's Hollywood, all right. I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great movie, but at the end of the day, it's a lot of bullshit. Okay. The way he, you know, survived, and the way he came back, and it's a bit of a horseshit, you know. Okay, it's not that simple. There's too many errors that can happen and for it to be successful, for him to be, you know, picked up and on that trajectory, and then they slingshot and they take him back to the planet Earth. It's they forgot to consider, well, how does he, like 8 months? What happens with 8 months of travel? How does he survive on that 8 months of travel, right? It's like, it's bullshit. It's fun movie. It's Hollywood. It's fun movie to watch. But then again, if you ask a scientist or a physicist, and you ask like Neil Tyson deGrasse, he'll just laugh and say, "Oh, it's a fun movie. It's Hollywood, but it's bullshit." You know. All right, because you know you have to keep it real. You have to be realistic. You know, when it comes to like exploring the universe and space. I mean, we're gonna colonize the Mars, but we're having difficult time with the moon, and it's right there. Why haven't we colonized moon? Well, what's the problem? Why haven't we built the bases on the moon? Like, what's the issue? Hey, let's first build the bases on moon before we start thinking about Mars. And you know, and it really, no one seems to think about this. Like, why we stopped with the Apollo missions? Why all of a sudden no more Apollo missions? What happened? Why we stopped going there? Now, I don't want to jump into any, you know, conspiracies and conclusions, because you know you go down that rabbit hole. It's never ending rabbit hole. You keep falling down on that never ending rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? But it's a legitimate question. Like, why are we so focused on Mars? The moon's right there. Why not build bases there? Why not build stations there so we can send spaceships from there to go to Mars? we haven't even done that yet. But we're talking about some distant planet within our solar system, which is the closest one to us. Mars, we're talking about colonizing that, but Moon's right there. I'm just saying. See, I like to do this thing called common sense thinking, logical common sense thinking. See, I don't live in this bubble of fantasy, you know. So, anyway, that's what I think. I like to keep it real, you know. All right, let's do this.
Ready to try your plan out?
Ha! Yeah, absolutely, Lieutenant.
All right, just out on a stroll, right?
Yeah, just a stroll. He won't suspect anything. Let's head out this way.
All right. Let's hope your plan works out. All right, dude.
We should probably go right now. Don't tell me we're following that idiot. Come on, we can head down this alley and over towards the archives.
Okay. No, he says this way, this way, this way. The one thing I like about this game is when you press... What is it? R2 trigger on your controller, which is right here, R2 trigger. You have this holographic map shows up, and with this map you can see exactly where you need to go, and I find this very useful. I wish that every game has this, honestly, where you can have this map show up like this when you are. It's such a clever idea, dude. I wish that more games would you know, adapt to this.
We'll pass security, and there's a chance he might get suspicious, but I think we'll be fine.
Did you hear? We finally got the psychopath who took a hostage.
Oh? How?
Yeah, but we gained the tail.
The
Lieutenant.
Technomancer office.
Just keep heading this way.
The whole thing was
further, I think.
completely nuts.
I'll prove I was
A
right.
lunatic only did it so they'd wipe his gambling debts. Can you believe it?
Pretty easy to believe,
Yeah, there we go. He's following us. Just gotta keep him with us until we get to the dead-end street past his checkpoint. We'll corner him there.
Okay.
Then it's right there. just gotta get him in there, and we'll have him trapped. I finally know who our spy is, Lieutenant.
Who the hell are you? Why are you following us?
You got nowhere to run. You're surrounded. Fuck. Take a look around. You may find something that'll help explain why he's tailing us.
I think Victor sent him.
What the hell is this? Looks like a notebook. And I'm willing to bet it's Alan Mancer behind all this shit. Looks like the little rat reported me to the ASC.
What? Really? Why would another Mancer tell on you? And for what? You're a great lieutenant, sir. You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, well, let's just say Alan's not exactly a fan. This time, little shit's gone too far. He's gonna give me an explanation.
Talk to Alan about Spy.
Technomancer have said to put the ASC's crosshairs on you. You seem like a pretty nice guy.
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't ever hint at the lieutenant doing anything wrong. Whatever they say he did, it's just political bullshit. Or
I'm sure this kind of thing doesn't happen to you often. Hypothetically, what would happen if I reported you? Think you'd get sacked?
that's not funny. Reporting someone is a serious claim.
Both of you shut up.
Now we have to talk to this guy, Alan Mancer, see why he sent the spy on us. And then after that, we'll do the mission where we go on the excavation, mission.
Hello, Alan.
Zachariah Rogue. They haven't sent you to die at war yet? Damn disappointment.
The little bird handed me some notes about a spy authored by a little rat. The rat should leave me alone and cut the shit out. Immediately.
I'm not sure I like your tone, Rogue. I have more important things to do than waste my time with the likes of you.
I should have known you wouldn't own up to your own lies. That would take courage, which you're lacking.
A rogue will never live up to the reputation of a real Mancer, and it's high time someone showed you. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Oh yeah? Well, prepare to lose.
Stop this madness at once. Have your senses left you, Zachariah? Is this how I taught you? A Technomancer fighting with students.
I'm sorry, Master.
He started it. What did you want me to do?
As for you, Alan, your constant provocations will one day find you an early grave. Don't fancy me a fool, for the fool is you.
Try something like that again, Alan. Please, try it again when no one's around to bail your sorry ass out.
All right. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do the main mission. What is the repair area? Go back to the rover hangar. Okay. Let's do that. There she is. Alright, sweetheart. I'm ready.
Hello, Amelia?
The Technomancer who doesn't surge. What's your name again?
Zachariah Mancer.
Yeah, you're a friend of old crazy Scott, right? Scott Seeker?
Yeah, I know him. He found me and got me in with the Technomancers when I was a kid. Always looking out for me. Why?
He's one of my father's friends. I still see him every so often, even though he's getting loopier and loopier. You wanted something?
Let me ask her some questions. How does she feel about us? Me? The Abundance officers? And what do you think about Captain Eliza Major?
Do you know Captain Eliza?
What a woman. Nothing gets by her. Too old-fashioned and boring. She doesn't laugh often, but at least she's fair. She's your captain, right? Believe me, it could have been worse.
What about the Victor? Colonel Victor? Watcher.
Did you get to meet Colonel Victor?
Yeah, once, during a medal ceremony. Not exactly an open book, but I doubt anyone questions his die-hard patriotism. Why are you asking?
He came to talk to me. I wonder what he has in mind.
Is he freaking you out? You one of those people who are afraid of being watched? Don't be. He was most likely just interested in an officer with high prospects. If you're clean, you've got no reason to be worried, right?
Do you know Colonel Mancer?
The one whom your colleagues call Great Master? Sounds a little cultish, huh? I've seen him a couple times. That old man looks nice, but beyond that, I don't know. Ain't easy to figure you out. You Technomancers are always by yourselves. You probably know him better than me.
What about the mob?
What do you know about the Vori?
That they're a bunch of assholes. They're behind all the shit going on around the city. Extortion, forced prostitution, corruption. The worst stuff out there, I bet you there's a Vori behind it. If I were you, I wouldn't get close to those guys. It's the best way to end up completely corrupt or completely dead.
What about the merchants?
You travel a lot. You must know the merchants well, no?
Well, actually, not really. I sometimes see a few of them on remote roads. Those guys crisscross the planet, and not only the shadow paths. They use sand sails, which don't give them as much flexibility as a rover. Still pretty smart, though. They don't even seem to mind traveling at night, unlike most corporate folks, because Mars is their landscape. They know it better than most. Ever hear about their secret city? Dunno if that's true. I respect their being free and well-traveled, but I've never had the opportunity to chat with them. And I'm cautious of people who are not loyal to anything.
What about Scott?
What do you think of Scott? You know him well.
Know him well? That's an exaggeration. He doesn't actually say much about himself. Most of the time, he's on his own planet. Before he gets back down to Mars, well, we lose radio communication. He's nice. He regularly checks in to see how I am. He used to bring me gifts when I was young, but he can't help commenting on the chances I take and all. It pisses me off. I like him, but he's not my father, I mean.
Okay. What do you think about Jeffrey?
What do you think of Jeff?
He's kind of a simpleton, don't you think? Too much of an ass kisser. I wonder if he's that straightforward. Anyway, he's just a hick trying to get promoted.
What about David?
Can I ask you about David?
Well, still shell-shocked by the front. I've seen hundreds of them. He blames the whole planet. He's probably not such a bad guy, but by blaming everybody, he pisses everybody off.
What have you discovered? I want to ask her about the places that she has discovered on Mars.
You must have traveled a lot. Could you tell me more about what you discovered?
You know, when I'm being sent out to explore, it's for prospecting. I drive around, take samples, map out the area, that kind of thing. I discovered 2 mines last year. We'll put them into service once we connect them with the shadow paths. Wow, it doesn't sound as exciting now that I think about it. But I don't care. Despite all of this, I can go almost anywhere. I see landscapes that others will never see, and sometimes I stumble across amazing places. I'm not doomed to remain under a shell of metal.
What about the shed?
Can you tell me more about the sheds?
You're quite curious. That's where we park, repair, and pamper the rovers. They're under close watch because we can't take any chances with the slums all around. The Vori could sneak in and steal stuff. But we couldn't put them elsewhere anyway. We're not gonna cross the city every time we need to get out. Anyhow, if there's something you should do when you get into my sheds, it's this. When you come in, don't touch anything. Don't get close to the rovers, and if you want something, you ask me.
All right. Duly noted.
I bet you know the slums very well, given it's where your shed is.
Well, yeah, and so what? You must know the place better than I do. I know that you used to be a rogue before, despite a few old, unfortunate shacks that collapsed. It hasn't really changed. It's a sort of ant farm where derelicts who can't afford to live elsewhere pile on top of each other. And there's a lot of ants.
I think we got all the information we need. Honestly. We're doing nothing else. Alright. I guess I'm ready.
Technomancer?
Hello.
Alright, let's go.
Well, me and my men need to get to a site on one of Aurora's shadow paths. Heard you'd make that happen.
Wish they gave me a heads up a Mancer was coming along. But orders are orders. I can take you whenever you're ready.
Sure. I can leave now. I guess now is a good time as any. Let's leave now. Yeah, because I did all the other missions. There's nothing else to do. I did all the other missions. Let's just go ahead. Let's leave now.
First rover trip?
Yeah, first time this far from Ophir.
Nice. How's it feel?
It's exciting, though. It's very exciting.
Exciting, I guess. A little terrifying to go this far without having the protection of the shadow path, but life's about the adventure, isn't it?
Took the words out of my mouth. That's why I love my job so much. Life's too damn short to play it safe.
You guys doing okay? Nervous about the fights we're gonna face?
The fights? What fights? I did not leave my home and laboratory to foray into battle, John. Did someone tell me this? Because I don't recall being...
We needed a doctor with us, Scott.
Yes, I understand. I do. But fighting it's dangerous. People get hurt, and I guess that's why... I mean, of course, I will kill. But no fighting means no wounds to you.
Yeah, I can't lie. Yeah, it scares me. How big's the fight we're looking at?
Aurora's troops and Technomancers. We'll have to be tactical about it. Hit them in small groups, since there's not a lot of us. But we stick to that plan, and we should be fine.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure once we get there and we get to doing and not just thinking, I'll be fine. It's the thinking that wreaks havoc on me.
This ain't my first rodeo, Lieutenant. Being on a rover is pretty neat and all, but still, no different from past missions. Hit an enemy, get hit back. Find ourselves down deep in Shit Creek and then wait for backup. In other words, it always goes tits up. But when you've been in the bad long enough, you get used to it.
Did you just call my baby pretty neat? That's it? Pretty neat?
I didn't mean, it's swell. Real swell.
Holy shit. You guys plucked this fucker from the farm before he was right.
It's huge. Really just shows how big a scale Aurora thinks on. Alright, let's focus on finding the tunnel entrance.
structures look colonial. Dome has got to be close.
What are we looking for here, Lieutenant? They're strange structures. I've never seen anything like that. Are you looking for something in particular? 'Cause I don't remember receiving That's my opinion.
Let me add some equipment. Let me add some equipment. Let me add some equipment for the for what you call it, my other soldiers. Like this guy should be able to have. Let me see. Flat bladed axe. There you go. All right, let's proceed.
A Technomancer from Abundance. And I heard you were all nearly extinct. What are you doing here? What do you want?
I want to come in, and you're gonna help me.
No, I don't think I am. Stop! I'll help you!
I told you you would. Don't know why you didn't believe me.
Here I come.
All right, well then open the door. There we go. Strength level 5. The door has opened.
The dome's in amazing condition, though I doubt Aurora's been taking care of it. I wonder where the relic the merchants talked about is, or even how they found out about it.
Well, there's nothing here. Oh, there it is.
Well, it looks like we found the relic. Doesn't look like much, but the style of writing looks familiar. Even if I don't have a clue what it means. You able to decipher it? What is it? It even real?
We haven't been able to decipher it yet, but yes, no doubt it's real. Not sure if I can tell you anything else about it. I don't know what you're planning to do with it, and I don't want to offend you by talking about sacred matters, but you know some knowledge should only stay among Technomancers, right? So be careful, please.
I know what I'm doing.
What is it? It looks old. We should show this to the captain. It must be important, judging from how well guarded this place is.
It's an ancient object indeed, but I don't think that the captain will be interested in it.
Oh, this is one of those ancient objects Technomancers collect. I understand.
All right, let's get out of here. Uh-oh. Alright guys, I'm gonna go and make myself a sandwich or something, man. I'm starving. It's already been 3 hours and 26 minutes. I'll grab something to eat really quick, and then I'll be back later on with a part 3. Is the audio too loud? Let me know, guys, if the audio is too loud. Just let me know. Give me a heads up if the audio is too loud. If the audio is good, then that's fine. I know the music in this game can be too loud. I'll be back. I'm just gonna go eat something. Like I said, I give this game 8 out of 10, man. I like it. I enjoy it. It has an interesting story. Like I said, if you like Knights of the Old Republic, if you like Jade Empire, if you like Deus Ex, I think you will enjoy this. All right, we'll talk more about it when I come back on the part 3.